Good day! I am Mr. Alvarez, your English teacher for this session. I hope you are all well and safe. But before anything else, let us all first give praise and honor to our Holy Father.
I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in all the lovely things so fine and true. I see you in the beauty of the flowers and the rain. I see you between the lines of a sweet refrain. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you even when I'm lonely and in pain. I see you in the beauty of the stars at night. I see you in my life, I feel alright. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I'm so blessed, my Lord, I can see you in the smile of a baby, sweet and true. I can see you in the eyes of my very best friends. I see you in these bonds, just like your love that never ends. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you with the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I pray. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord.
Hi everyone! For this lecture, let us be connected with some particular talks about societal challenges. I'm sure that you, as a matured individual enough, will surely understand how a citizen must participate for our country's betterment. Because it is better to be informed, aware, and concerned. Now, I will be presenting a crossword. And all you have to do is to look for a word that best describes to each picture. You will be given 5 minutes to accomplish this activity. Your time starts now. Alright, let us check your work and I hope you all got a perfect score. And now, I want everybody to please pay attention for this documentary series that actually discusses the holistic feature of our societal challenges in our country, which gives you a phenomenal interpretation of what is happening in the reality that may be cognizant to our attention.
Payatas is a barangay of Quezon City. So Quezon City is one of the big cities that's part of the larger Metro Manila area. Back in the 90s, there was a lot of pictures and videos of this place called Smoky Mountain, of just these massive mounds of trash with billowing smokes and lots of fires and things like that. The picture today is a little bit different. It's a little bit more progressive, but it's still kind of in very, very poor condition. So we're here today to kind of talk to different people and see what their livelihood is like. Right now we're in one of those sorting facilities where people actually just go through trash and try to find junk, things that they can salvage, things that they can actually maybe eat and recook or something.
Yung mga basura from restaurants, from malls, dito muna dinadala, tapos sinasegregate. And then, yung mga trash na talaga, tsaka nila dadalhin doon.
Do they also salvage for food here, or is it mostly?
Yung tinatawag nilang pagpag, if you are familiar. So, that's food yun from the restaurant. So, mga tira-tira, tapos pinapagpag lang nila, tinatanggal
And
yung
then they see if it's
and
still
then,
viable
yun,
or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yung mga tinatapon naman dito, hindi naman po lahat na marumi. Siguro sa mga mayayaman, yun yung mga tinatawag ng mga excess na lang nila yung mga tira. Pag mga siyempre malinis pa, pwede pang kainin ng tao.
Pero hindi rin ho namin pinapakain sa mga bata. Kami po kumakain yung mga matanda na. Kasi baka masira yung tiyan ng bata, magkasakit. Pero hindi pa naman siya expire. Tinikman ko rin, pero tinapon ko din. Nilagay ko rin agad sa kaning baboy.
But it's just still pretty crazy to think that they would dish something out of the garbage and actually cook it. You kind of wonder what that recycling is for, or what all that's for, when at the end of the day it comes to landfills and dump sites like this where everything's just basically mixed. And as you can tell, the floor, there's no like tarp or anything, so everything that's coming out of the trash has to go somewhere. All these little things are problematic because yes, there's a sanitary landfill right behind us, but how come in sorting facilities like this you don't have something that is properly done?
Sabi kasi dati tambakan din daw to. Yung bago kami mag-umpisa, pinalinis muna namin. Then, nung nalinis na to, isa-isa nang upahan na kami. Sabi nga nila, within 5 years or 10 years, papasok ang mga investor. Kaya kailangan ito maganitong waste malayo na, mabandang Montalban na. Paano papasok ang investor kung sa bungad pa lang ng Litex o ng main road, makikita mo na yung mga basura.
What happens to the people that live here, the people that depend on the sorting of the garbage? They're probably going to end up having to follow that trail just to be able to have another source of livelihood. Now we just have to make sure that people do it properly all the time, that things are always very secured, and at the same time that we try to keep kids off the street and kind of away from this, because it can be quite dangerous for all of them. Walking around areas like this that have been rehabilitated and cleaned up, you sometimes forget about what happens in between the cracks and behind the freshly whitewashed concrete walls built to give a similar sense of comfort to the few who might wander by but don't stay for too long. We met 3 families that day, all with stories that seemed too real to be true, putting in question my belief in what we all consider normal. Ate Josie Barrios is the breadwinner of her family. She has 3 children. The first child is her son with her previous partner. Now she has 2 girls with her supposed to be present partner, but unfortunately he left them a few months ago, leaving them in a small room with a disapproving mother-in-law. Ate Josie earns through scavenging in the nearby dump site of Payatas. Every day she wakes up as early as 3 in the morning to start sorting through the trash. She earns a little more than 100 pesos a day.
Pinagtirikan namin ng lupa dito po, may bayad po, ma'am. Katulad ngayon, wala ko pang bayad sa mga sasyon namin. Yung mga anak ko, dito kasi nag-aaral, ma'am. Kasi yung sa probinsya, ma'am, malayo kasi, ma'am. Wala akong pagkaanuan sa kanila doon. Wala akong matapos mag-aaral, baka mga anak ko makatapos mag-aaral, ma'am. Kasi yung sa probinsya, ma'am, mahirap doon, ma'am. Makaano ka man ng 100, wala din po. Dito lang ako sa makaano ka na ng 100, maghapon pwede lang. Pangarap po sa mga anak ko, makatapos sila mag-aaral po. Hindi katulad sa akin nga, wala akong pinag-aaralan. Kumuha kami ng birth certificate sa mga anak ko. Yung anak ko sumulat, hindi ako marunong mag-aaral.
Kuya Nestor Niñada is the breadwinner of his family. He earns about 100 to 300 pesos daily by selling ice cream sticks depending on the season, something that is still quite difficult since he had a truck accident a couple months back. Evelyn is helping Kuya Nestor sustain their family needs by making doormats, where she earns about 100 pesos weekly. They are renting this very small room for 500 pesos monthly with no electricity, built over an old pigsty. 2 of their children suffer from severe malnourishment.
Yung asawa ko po kasi siya ng ice cream vendors. Idurmat ako para makatulong din sa pagkain namin. Kahit nga may kapansanan asawa ko maghanap pa rin sana yung makakain namin. Kaya nagdudurmat na lang ako maghapon para makabili kami pagkain. Minsan po gulay, nagbili kami ng gulay. Minsan po wala. Okay na sa amin mga anak ko kumakain kahit asin lang. Kahit ako
And then finally, the last one we saw was Romero family. So that was Nanay Marilyn, baby Romero. She's the breadwinner of their family as well. She earns about 300 to 400 pesos. As a laundry woman, her live-in partner is suffering from glaucoma. So he has problems seeing from his eyes. The little girl, Esther, 4 years old, she has hydranencephaly, I don't know if that's correct, but it makes her head very big and her body is basically wasn't able to move and got really thin.
Isa lang ako naglalabada, yung asawa ko hindi nakakakita.
Noong nakakita pa ako, gandang sana namin, araw-araw ko pumapasok, na kuha ng mata ko, na kapos-kapos na.
So, buti nga nagpapasalamat din ako sa sa feeding dahil nasusuportahan nila yung ng bata sa amin minsan. Tapos ito, nabubuhay lang kami sa biyaya ng Panginoon. Taba ito dati, ma'am, lumiit yung niya kasi nga daw hindi na-exercise.
From someone like me who will complain about what superfood I'm going to eat today or whatnot, to a woman telling me that sometimes they just eat salt just to get enough nutrients in your body. I think what we saw today were extremely courageous women, 7, 10 times, 20 times more courageous than I would ever be. For me, the craziest part is the kids because they didn't choose any of this. Put in these situations that are so dire and so complicated and so difficult. It really opens your mind. We're not doing this video because we are trying to show only the negative sides of the Philippines. It's nothing like that. It's just because we're trying to shine the light on something that's very real, a problem that is here today that is not being addressed fully, that people tend to forget of really easily and not do much of it. So working with foundations like the Payatas Orione Foundation and companies like Heels that really try to put this issue to light and actually try to do something. There are thousands of NGOs and thousands of foundations out there. So just give and donate as much as you can, or if you want to really see the true picture of things and be inspired to maybe change things, and come to these places and talk to the people and see how inspiring they can truly be, because whatever problems you have right now, whatever problems I have right now, they're absolutely nothing compared to what we saw today.
Nakarami ang totoong nagsidalong mga tao. Kulang ng alam dito, kahiya'y magut-magut. Iyong bunying disputado, inilihim ang anak niya. Bunsong giliw, sa'yo ng kakulangang ganito at hindi pa sumasapit ang oras na aking ibig.
From the video, we can say that our country is undeniably facing these phenomenal challenges. But what are those phenomenal challenges and how it explains our part as an individual? This where social issue comes in. From the two words, social relates the way how it is organized and formed by set of individuals, while issue discusses someone's offspring. And when we say social issue, is a problem that relates and influences to society's perception of people's personal lives. Meaning, a social problem is any condition or behavior that has negative consequences for large numbers of people, and that is generally recognized as a condition or behavior that needs to be addressed. This definition has both an objective component and a subjective component. Objective components refer to the existence when we become aware of the condition through our own life experiences, through the media or education. Like we see the homeless, or see battered woman in hospital emergency room, and even reading news about employees losing their jobs because company downsize or bankruptcy. Meanwhile, subjective components refer that particular condition is harmful to society and that can be changed. And if it isn't considered a social problem, however, a segment of society believes that it diminishes the quality of human life. This is to emphasize the view that a condition or behavior does not become a social problem unless there is a perception that it should be considered a social problem. But when is a social problem become a social problem? According to some sociologists who adopted this view, it all starts with personal issue, which refer to a problem affecting individuals that the affected individual as well as the other members of society typically blame on the individual's own personal and moral failings that eventually developed into social issue, whose source lies in the social structure and culture of a society, refer to as social problems affecting many individuals. An example of this is unemployment. If only a few people were unemployed, we could reasonably explain their unemployment by saying they were lazy, lacked good work habits, and so forth. If so, their unemployment would be their own personal trouble. But when millions of people are out of work, unemployment is best understood as a public issue and when it already affecting the economical standing of our country. This chart statistically interprets the percentage of Filipinos' involvement in social issues through media mechanism based on Purpose on Asia by Lorenzo Kyle Sobido on December 17, 2018. The top 5 issues Filipinos care about are poverty, education, health and well-being, hunger, and work and economic growth. But based on the survey, the top 5 issues Filipinos see on media are gender inequality, poverty, climate change, education, and peace and justice. This gives the survey of more than 3 in 4 are more conscious and aware of social issues because of social media. The level of involvement with social issues is 18% of those are the social media followers, 33% are digital campaigners, and 49% are those who are not involved directly in action. Next are actually just some of the social issues that we encounter in our country that phenomenally need societal solution with the guidance of our government. The first picture represents unemployment. It is the state where a number of people do not have a job to provide for self and family. The second picture represents poverty, which is an issue that the state of being extremely poor. The third picture represents overpopulation. It refers to a population which is more than the size of the society can support. The fourth picture represents social inequality. It is the unequal opportunities and rewards for different social groups in society. And the last picture represents child labor. It is the employment of a child in a business or industry which deprives them of their rights. Now that you already know the social issues and its components, let us proceed to a skill builder to completely suffice your understanding about it. With the help of the ideas we discuss on social issues, read the following statements and give your insights about it. Start writing your own article with the guidance of the following criteria: 10 points for the content, 5 points for the grammar, and 5 points for the clarity, in total of 20 points for each item. You will be given 10 minutes for this activity and your time starts now. your time is up. All your entries will be evaluated based on the given criteria. And now, as we reach the end of this session, let us not forget that it is important as an individual to be not just an individual himself, but also an individual that connects and fulfills the societal norm, for no man is an island. Also, let us all ponder that a social problem is any condition or behavior that has negative consequences for large numbers of people, and that is generally recognized as a condition or behavior that needs to be addressed. The social constructionist's view emphasizes that a condition or behavior does not become a social problem unless there is a perception that it should be considered a social problem. Lastly, the definition of a social problem has both an objective component and a subjective component. The objective component involves empirical evidence of the negative consequences of a social condition or behavior, while the subjective component involves the perception that the condition or behavior is indeed a problem that needs to be addressed. And finally, to fully grasp your learning on social issue, let's now have your quiz. All you have to do is to read the following sentences carefully and choose the letter from the box of the best answer for each item. You will be given 5 minutes for this activity and your time starts now. our lecture for this session. Once again, I am Mr. Alvarez, your English teacher. Goodbye!